Welcome to a place to connect. Nanasa koshan devrishna Nimran kianoso kian se vena dasonya kalina yoshodaban gishtapun klanasa keno kanda vina tushadeventa kasha delo shokian saka dishna veshon tu kimon danibra tushu. Finding your true self in this world of separation and fear and doubts, conditions and beliefs. We dwell in a world that is often chaotic and very separative. You would think all this time that humanity's had, it would be more evolved. But it seems it is scarcely evolved at all. Oh, of course, it's changed, but it is not living up to its highest possibility. There's many reasons for that, but there's really no excuse for not being the consciousness that is this world. But to wake up to your true self takes some effort because it's like mountains of disbelief and conditions and concepts all around you. Sometimes you feel like a mountain climber trying to reach the top. But the secret is that you are already at the top. Just because of your ability to hear these words, you are at the top. Because very few people can hear the words. It falls upon deaf ears. For the few of you that have heard the words, you're at the top of the mountain. And you can look around yourself and see the struggling masses that are still caught in false beliefs and concepts of the other. There's no other. There's only the consciousness. And everyone is really that. All of life, all of creation is the consciousness. But looking from the lower end, it's all divided. One cannot perceive the connections. To know that when you look at a tree, you're looking at the consciousness. When you look at rocks, you're looking at the consciousness. When you look at others, you're looking at the consciousness. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at the consciousness. Just what is that? We think about being conscious. That is what the intellect brain does. You become conscious, you're awake. But the consciousness is something beyond that. It is all. We know that our mere conscious being is not all. But to become the consciousness, you become the all, the absolute. Then you begin to tailor your life in a higher perspective and possibility. You realize that you have the power to recreate yourself. You recreate yourself in the image of the awareness that is the consciousness. You see that in every aspect of life. Everywhere you look, there it is. So we may feel at times the limitations of the world around us. We may feel the chaos, the anger, the fear, but those are just outside things. They are separated from the consciousness through actions and reactions, but not really separate. When we learn to see everything as the consciousness evolving, evolving a higher way of being for human beings, a higher way of knowing, a greater connection, a greater realization is to know that you are a living possibility of transcendence. We are constantly in a state of transforming. Every action, every experience is part of that transformation. To allow that, to become that, to experience that, even to share that, you find opportunities in your life to be able to share that knowing. Some people don't get it. They don't understand. What in the world are you talking about? Are you insane? Well, if this is insanity, let's have more. Because we look around and we see the world is insane, not the consciousness, not those that are waking up to their true self. It is just those that still are asleep and unaware of what they are. It's not their fault. It's just that the beliefs and concepts and conditioning they have grown up with has a strong hold on them. So anyone that can begin to wake up to realize that they are this very consciousness, this very life, they are greatly rewarded. It is a great privilege to know this. So we work, so we become, so we participate. We create around us a very living sanctuary of life. We create a space that reflects the higher consciousness. We create a way of knowing, of speaking, of acting as the consciousness. We are recreating ourselves in a higher image of this existence. It is step by step. It doesn't happen overnight. That's not saying it couldn't, but it mostly doesn't. So we take step at a time, becoming something. It certainly helps to be able to realize that there is a destination in this transformation. That is to become the consciousness itself. And that is the totality of creation. As the consciousness, you become a master creator. You recreate yourself, you create the life around you. You begin to see far beyond what the normal intellect detects. You be seeing beyond what most people see. So you are a privileged human being as the consciousness. To take this to heart, to believe the higher possibilities of this existence, is to know who you are. Know your true self. Your true self is the consciousness. The true self of all of life, the very core, the very molecules of existence is the consciousness. To see that wherever you look, you see through the disguises around you. You look at a tree and you say, oh, that's a green growing thing. When you look at a tree in the consciousness, you say that is living life force in action. It is the being in action. That is what it is. To see life everywhere around you as that. You are a transformer. You help transform. You help everything around you to recognize itself. You go up a tree and say, hey, do you know what you really are? Now that sounds silly, doesn't it? Of course, you should know it's a tree. But does it? Is it awake? It's natural for it to be a tree, but maybe not as natural for it to know that it's a tree. It's just standing there. There it is. So we see we live in two places. We have two worlds that we live in. One world is the world of humanity from the very beginning, and the other world is the one we create through the higher awareness that is the consciousness. So we embrace both of them, but we know the one that has the real power of creation. The other one is just evolving. And oh, I know we wish it could evolve faster. It seems so painfully slow. But as we hold to the higher truth, we are transforming. We are transcending all of that. So we keep knowing within ourselves that we are transforming, that we are transcending our past. Nothing in your life can hold you back when you realize who you are. So know that. Know who you are. Take advantage of that in your creation. Recreate yourself in the image of the consciousness, and that is everything. We embrace all of it. We don't separate out anything because you never know what piece is very important. So we are inclusive, allowing all of it to be part of it, knowing that there is some event that is taking place slowly and slowly and slowly, but it is taking place. Humanity is in a state of flux. It's changing, it's evolving, it's backsliding, it's doing all of that because it is not aware of its destination. It is not aware of what it really is. Once that begins to awaken in human beings, we will see immediate transformation and transcendence. So we look forward to the moment when others can share this news of awakening, to become a part of that through their very actions of living. Live life to its fullest. Find yourself within life, and you are life, the consciousness taking place.
Shantara says, thanks, Ishvara.
Thank you.
And Johanna says, the words are heard. Thank you. Much love.
Thank you.
Anna and Slava say, thank you so much, Ishvara. Much love to you and to all.
Thank you.
And Todd says, beautiful and powerful as ever. Thank you, Ishvara.
Thank you.
And Jochen says, thank you, Ishvara.
You're welcome. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for listening, and thank you for your love and support.